Very good. Alright, so we're just going to start with our warm-up, which we'll do as a card game. Unfortunately, not enough of us to do it as a team effort, but we'll just work through these as a team. Okay, so we're going to start with squats. Alright, we're just going to do 10 regular squats. If you like, you can add a jump, but you know, we are just warming up, so keep it to the level where you're comfortable. Alright, sticking to the legs, we're going to do some lunges. So you're going to go do some backwards lunges, so 5 each leg. You can take your time here. Backs up nice and straight. One more each side. Perfect. Okay, we're going to do some skaters now. So just one leg behind the other and change. If you can, try to keep that back toe on the floor. Two and one. Perfect. Alright, we're going to head down to the floor now. Alright, we're going to do some bicycle crunches. So hands up behind the head, opposite arm to knee, and change. If you need a modification, pop those hands on the ground, back on the ground, just use the knees. 3, 2, 1. Relax, we're going to go into upper body. So over onto our fronts, face this way. We're going to do some push-ups. So hands about shoulder width apart, coming out to 45-degree angle, and back up. Good work. Staying in this position, we're going to do some shoulder taps. So you can be on your feet or on your knees for this. We're going to bring one arm up, tap the opposite shoulder, and change. Good work. Alright, coming back to standing position now. We're just going to move through the shoulders. We're going to do some shoulder rolls, nice big arm circles. Into a shoulder stretch and hold. And change. Sorry, I'm just taking one arm over the top. And change. Sorry, I just lost. There we go. Side stretch. I just lost everybody. Keep alternating. Give me some back rotations. And then we're going to come forward into some back slaps. Perfect. Alrighty, if you need to warm up anything else, you can do that now, and then we're going to get straight into the workout. Alrighty, so we're going to start with 2 movements. The first is squats, okay? So again, like I said, we're taking our time, we're moving for 40 seconds, so you can add a jump if you like. Otherwise, we're just moving through. If you do have weights and you want to add weight to it, you're more than welcome to as well. And then our second, our fast movement, alright, is shoulder taps. Alright, so we're going to jump down onto the floor and do those shoulder taps from the warm-up. All right. And it didn't save my timer, but that's okay, we're gonna go with it. Okay, so starting with squats. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So taking our time through the movement. Nice straight backs, shoulders back, sitting through the heels. Alright, perfect. We're going straight down into shoulder tap. Let's go. Nice and quick. Now maybe you can do these on your knees. And 20 seconds rest. Good work. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to be doing lunges and high knees. So you can do forward lunges, you can do backwards lunges, however you want to do them, however you're comfortable. And then we've got high knees. And again, you can march those if you need. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Bring me those lunges. So nice and slow. This is our strength portion. Again, if you've got weights, you're more than welcome to use them. You can keep them here. You could add a press, however you want to go. Ten seconds left. It's just the wind banging. 3, 2, 1, high knees, let's go. It's coming down. And rest, good work. Next exercise is push-ups. So again, 40 seconds is a long time, so make sure you take your time. And then we're going to do a plank combo. 5, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Halfway. All right, plank combo. So we're coming down into plank, back up into high plank. You can do these on your feet as well. Got 10 seconds left. And rest. Alright, standing up for me. We're going to start with a shuffle touch. So side to side, in a squat position, nice and low, touch the floor, and again. Now if you've got weights, you can have them here and do a press, if you like as well. Keep those chests up the whole time. Into star jumps, let's go. seconds. And grab yourself a drink. Well done. So, again, we're starting with squats, 40 seconds, straight into shoulder taps for 20 seconds, and then we get 20 seconds rest. Yay! I know everyone's super excited to do that again. Alrighty, starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Remember, shoulders back, chest up, halfway. 10 seconds. Alright, let's go straight down into shoulder taps, feet are on your knees. So up here on your toes, or down on your knees. Either way, let's go. Nice straight hips. And rest. So 20 seconds rest here. Then we're going into lunges. Three, 2, 1, let's go. Keep breathing. Seconds left. And rest. No, not rest, high knees. I lied to you, I lied to you. Remember, if you need to, you can march them. And rest now. 20 seconds, so we're going back down to the floor for push-ups. Starting in 10. Hips nice and in line. Don't tuck those chins in. Let's go. Halfway. Alright, we're going into plank combo. Let's go. So tapping those shoulders together. On your feet or on your knees. Shoulders nice and in line. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Got one left. So it's the shuffle touch or the shuffle press if you've got weights and want to use them. And then star jumps. 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get low in that squat. The squat's the most important part. Keep those chests up nice and high. Halfway. Ten seconds. Well done. Into star jumps. Let's go. Keep breathing. And rest. Grab yourself a drink. Well done. So we're going to start with a squat hold. Okay, now what that looks like is you're going to be in a squat position. I'm just going to go to the side so you can see. You're going to come down into squat. We're just going to hold it, arms up as high as you can for 20 seconds. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hold it up. Get those arms high, get those bums low. From the front, we've got our shoulders back high. Three, 2, 1, standing up. All right, now we're going into an in-out squat jump. So you're gonna come down, in and out, all right? Let's go. Now if you can't do the jump, I just want you to march and tap. Okay? Keep it up. Rest. Good. We're going back to that sit. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Just remember, feet shoulder width apart, knees tracking behind the toes. Nice straight shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Rest. And we're going back to that in-out squat. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We're going to be doing some Russian twists. So you can have your toes off the ground or up. Let's go. Pretend you've got a medicine ball. Keep those back straight. And rest. Fingers pointing towards the toes, nice straight backs. Feet up. I'm going to drop one, then the other. Keep those backs straight. And rest. Coming back for that Russian twist again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So remember, you can keep your ankles, keep your heels on the ground, or you can bring them up. Try to rotate as far as you can. And rest. Fingers behind the toes, straight back. All right, let's go. One down, lift back up. Now if you struggle to do this with straight legs, you can just bend and tap, like so. Nice straight backs though, whichever one you're doing. And rest. Grab yourself a drink, well done. We're gonna do 20 seconds of inchworms. So you're gonna start at the back of your mat, if you've got a mat, or just standing up. You're gonna walk your way down, out into high plank, and then back up. All right? And then we're gonna do 20 seconds of push-ups. All right, starting in about 10 seconds, so keep resting. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And rest. So now I'm going to come down into push-up position. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So don't tuck those chins. Whole body moving is 1 unit. And rest. So walk your way back up to standing because we're doing inchworms again. 1, let's go. And rest. So coming back down into that push-up position. Let's go. And rest. We're staying in push-up position. We're going to do mountain climbers. So high plank. I'm going to bring the knees up to the chest. Let's go. Now you can march it or you can run it. And rest. I'm going to go into crunch. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And rest, going back over onto the front. Getting ready for that mountain climber. Let's go. Keep it up. And rest. And last one. One. Let's go. And rest. Alrighty, so we're going to come down onto the floor once again. And we're going to start with a straight plank. Alright, now with your plank, I want you to hold it for as long as you can, either on your feet or on your knees. Once you feel like you can't hold it anymore, I want you to give me a 5 count. So you're there, you're struggling, you want to go down, count to 5, then you can rest. If as soon as you can, jump back up. Alright, so I want you to try to be in the plank for as long as you can. We're going to go for a minute. Okay, so the aim of the game, be in the plank as long as you can. Alright, getting in plank position for me, elbows onto shoulders. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So nice straight hips, shoulders and in line with the elbows, don't tuck the chins in. Alright, I'm going to be looking at it again. Halfway. Seconds. And relax. I want you to go back into child pose for me. So you're just going to lean back, feel a stretch through the shoulders. Great work. Okay, we're going to come over onto our side now. We're going to do a side plank. Alrighty, now we're only going to do this one for 35 seconds. Alright, so with this one you can hold it on your feet with one knee under. You can just hold it, or if you like you can do some grave diggers where you bring your arm through and out. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Look, told you this mat's not conducive to exercise. So you want your shoulder to be in line with your elbow. You want your neck nice and neutral. You don't want to be dropping down or pulling up. Okay. And relax. Good work. Going over onto our other side. Remember, if you can't hold it for the full time, just drop back down, come back up as soon as you can. 3, 2, 1. Nice straight lines. You don't have to have your arm up either, you can have it on your hip, wherever you want. As long as you're a nice straight line with your body. relax, good work. All right, we're gonna do a bit of a core hold now. Coming over onto our backs. Okay, we're gonna do what's called a glute bridge. You're gonna push through the heels, lift up through the glutes, squeezing the glutes, and we're gonna hold, okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now again, you can have your hands wherever you like. I usually just like to sit them near my hips. If you feel like this is gonna be too easy for you, you can do hip dips, where you're gonna drop one hip down to the floor and lift back up. And relax. I'm going to go up into high plank. Now you can either just hold it like this, or what I want you to think about doing is making a pike position where you're going to come up, lift those hips up, and then lower back down. Now if you want to make it a bit harder, you're going to try to tap the knee and change, okay? Let's go. So that's your hard version here. Your easier version, lifting up through the hips. Now what you want to think about doing is lifting through the hips like you're being pulled with a string, okay? And rest. Going back over onto our backs, and we're going to do heel touches. All right, now, what you're going to do is you're going to lift your neck and your shoulders off the mat, right? Hands nice and straight, and you're going to rotate down and try to touch one heel, and then to the other side. So we're using your obliques, okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now you want to try to look at the roof for this one. All right, we don't want to tuck our chins in. Doing well. Now you don't actually have to touch your ankle if it's tough, that's okay. And relax. All right. Sitting up for me. I'm going to stretch. So hop our feet together, grabbing onto our toes. You're just going to lean forward slightly through the butterfly stretch. You're going to feel it in your hip flexors and in the glutes. Alright, taking one leg out to the side, I'm just going to reach down towards that toe, keeping the knees straight. If you can already do that, bring the other hand up and over. Changing sides. Coming back up, we're just gonna do a quad stretch, so just taking one foot behind, feeling it through the front of the leg, and change. Alrighty, feet in front, we're going to take one leg over the top, pull it close. You should feel it through the side of the glute and under in the hamstring slightly as well. And change. Alrighty, standing up for me. Alrighty, we're just going to go into a shoulder stretch, so nice straight arm, pull it close to your chest. and change. Then I'm going to take it up and over into a tricep stretch. So just taking one hand over the top, pushing down slightly on the top of the elbow, feeling the stretch through the back of the arm, and change. Alright, you're going to go into a side stretch and hold for me. And change. Alright, into some back rotations. Leaning forward, we're just going to keep a straight back. I'm going to do some back slaps. So you want to open up the chest after each movement. Bring those hands up as close to the chest as you can. Good work. Heads to one side. And change. And circles. Alrighty, that is it for tonight. I hope you really enjoyed that one, guys. You can pop your microphones back on and let me know how you went if you like.